that stem cell, I got stem cells. I got them in December from supposedly the highest level from the placenta. I never thought about changes in DNA.
Yeah. So do you know where they came from? Do they say, or
Well, no, they
no?
don't. They just have them in little vials, and they just shoot. I shot them in my knee.
Oh,
It did help. I mean, it has helped, but I'm still having, knee troubles. But still, yeah, I went to this place in Scottsdale,
okay.
and that, then I had a couple of PT that didn't really agree with me too much, but he worked on the knee. He did actually straighten out my knee because my knee was way crooked, and but now I'm wondering if it really affected me or not. The
Well,
only
muscle test it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What do I ask to muscle test?
Let's just look here. I'm sending this to everybody so that. Okay. Okay. Make sure everyone gets on here. Okay, good. To session 2. So we have, and then a couple. Sylvia is off. She's the one in Switzerland, so she said that she's going to bed. So she's going to get the replay for the afternoon, so she won't be coming back on. And so there's Christine. Good. Okay, Ariel is here. Good.
Norway still has light. What time is it in Norway? I don't know if he hears me. Right? He's
Yeah.
here. What time is it there?
All right, it's 21:20. So 9:20 p.m.
9:30.
Oh, it looks like you got lots of light in the background.
Yeah, it's getting during the summertime
It stays light.
We don't have sun here during the summertime, but further north you have sun all the time, even during the nighttime. So
Wow.
yeah. So that's we're pretty far north, so so that's why.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Very interesting.
Yeah. Midnight sun.
Yeah, midnight sun. I like it. Looks like we're still waiting for Tracy to hop on. She's aware. Okay. There she is. So Lori is going to come back on too. She's aware too. Jan, she had to step away. So there may be a couple people pop back in a little bit here, but it looks like for now, the ones that mentioned they're going to be off a little bit. We're going to start without them. So let's go into I've changed back to this other computer. So I need to get back to that link to start where we left off, which is 26 minutes in. 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. Okay, and yes, so Linda, so ask, is there DNA of others in my body? Yes or no? Do you get a yes on that, or?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I did too. So Linda was saying that she's had stem cell injections. And so she was wondering, does this, include other people's DNA now in her body? And we're getting yes. So very interesting. So then just say, all right, is this something that I can clear? Or should I clear the other person's DNA, or is there, and see what you get, yes or no to that question. Is this something you should clear? Getting like no. Is this something you can clear? You could. So what it is then for you is that you will be intending to clear. When we go through the clearings, you'll see that I say DNA, and then you'll see that I say others. So DNA of you, and then you'll have to check for DNA of others. So whenever there's the clearing that says check for programs in your DNA, you're gonna have to do it twice. So yeah. Tracy?
Yeah, I had a blood transfusion when I was in the hospital. So I've always felt like I had weird stuff came with that. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Then the same with you.
Yeah, same thing. So that, and is that just, again, just one time? No, anytime we're doing any clearing and you check DNA, you have to check DNA of others as well, right?
Yes. Is there programming in my DNA around, anything that's blocking me? Faulty DNA programs is what we call it. So is there faulty DNA programs around whatever this clearing we're doing? For myself, yes. How many? 1, 2 programs. Okay. Any for others, DNA of others? Yes. How many programs? 1. Okay. Then you're going to clear those 2 for you and 1 for the other.
So I'm getting yes for myself that I have others' DNA, I assume.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what that means when it says DNA and then DNA others. That's what that means. So you're just going to have to do it twice. Yeah. Same with you, Linda. And anybody else who thinks that they may have, maybe from shots. So that's the thing, is just ask yourself right now, if you ever had like a flu shot or something or whatnot, do I have DNA of others in me? Yes or no?
Yeah.
If you're getting no, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you get yes, then you're going to do it twice. Oh, yeah. So you'll see that when it comes up on the charts. And let's see. I'm going to shut my door here. So. And turn my air conditioner up a notch. It's getting cold in here. It was warm earlier. I've got a new air conditioner in my office. I'm so happy. And it has a little remote control. I am like going to be so spoiled now this summer. But this is the 15th summer I've lived here. And it's the hottest room in the house. It's the southern exposure, and I've been sweating it out all, every summer for 15 years. And yes, of course, I've got air conditioner in the house, but it doesn't seem to cool this room as much as the other rooms. The other rooms could be like ice boxes, like, God dang, to get this room cool. So now I am so happy. I've got, my husband installed this new mini split, I guess it's called, heat pump or whatever. So yes, I am now cool and getting cold here. It's different. So, okay. So what we're going to do is continue on with the video we were watching. And I'll probably stop it here in just a little bit.
Okay, welcome back. Hydration. Let's take a big drink of water right now. Now, we are energy in its densest form. The best conductor of energy is water. Adults are 50 to 65% water. And the more water you drink, the better your energy will be.
And the video.
Higher your vibration, and the more intuitive you'll become.
And that's
You're going to want to drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water.
Something's weird.
In half-hour duration.
Oh. Okay, so, okay, here we go. I muted it and then I clicked it off. And I'm not sharing the screen either, am I? Okay.
No.
Yeah, I noticed that. Okay. Any other questions while we're waiting for technical issues? Okay.
Where is our collective vibration?
And the more intuitive you'll
Okay. Good question. Frequency of vibration right now, 675.
Yay.
Yes, we're at 675. We were at 450. So we've come up 225 points on the chart. So we're almost close to 700 right now, where we need to be more effective healers. And yes, of course, you can, like I was saying, do this and do that, you know, for even if you're a 400 or whatever, and it will definitely do what you're intending. It's just that the higher you are, the faster it's going to be, the easier it's going to come for you. So, yay! I'm going to continue on though, with going higher than that. So, all right. So I'm going to share my screen. Share. And let's continue.
become. You're going to want to drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water daily in half-hour duration. So if you weigh 150 pounds, for example, you're going to want at least 75 ounces of water, spaced out evenly, pretty much in half-hour segments, right?
Every half hour, drink 4 ounces of water.
A good thing to do would be to journal how much water you're drinking, at least to begin with, while you're still aware. You may have a large picture on your desk if you're working, for example, and how many pitchers, how many ounces that is. Maybe you're going to need 3 of those pitchers per day, for example. So if you get down to 1 pitcher, you can mark that on your calendar somewhere or in your journal. And then 2 pitchers, you're going to mark another check mark there. 3 pitchers, well, you've got your daily amount of water in. So very, very important because it's a conductor of energy.
Not seeing that.
Let's look at your ego. Subconsciously, any behavior that you are aware of can be your ego, which is pre-programmed. Now, many people haven't have go in charge. Okay, so when you know what the voice sounds like, you can command it to sit back. Now tell them, you have this now, everything's safe, it's all going to turn out in the most beneficial way. So note in your journal when the ego speaks up to become more familiar with what it does. So can you think of some times where the ego has been in charge, telling you what it thinks you need to do?
I'm not seeing it.
Most of the time to keep you safe or out of trouble, fearful for you. Okay, a lot of people don't know when the ego is actually in charge. They're just allowing that to happen. Okay, so be aware of how it speaks. And you can just tell it, go ahead, sit back, I'm safe. I appreciate your assistance. However, it's not required right now, and I am requesting that you sit back and relax, and I've got this. Thank you very much. Now, perception and projection. Okay, so we can recognize people around us as mirrors. What we notice in them is often a reflection of ourselves. And if we're angry at someone, it often means that we're angry at ourselves. So slow down and listen to what you're accusing people of doing. And is it something that you would do? Think about people on TV, for example, or other drivers, or your family, or your spouse. And ask yourself, what is making me so angry? Were you picked on as a child? Do you feel picked on now? Do you take it out on other drivers? So you won't have to confront why you feel this way. So much easier. Say anything you want inside your car, they don't hear you, right? But be aware, it takes up a lot of your energy being defensive. So ask Source to drive with you. Put your higher self, for example, in the driver's seat, and you'll be surprised. Sometimes you may just collapse time. I've gotten places in 15 minutes that normally would have took half an hour. I have no idea how I did that because I wasn't really speeding. And I guess maybe, cars just parted in front of me and I was able to just flow without stop signs. And they were all green, that happens. Take a back seat, ask Source to drive with you. Projection also reflects the positive, the things that you like about others. And these may be qualities that you have, but maybe you're not aware of it or willing to see the beauty in yourself. So these people may provide clues about who you want to be. So what are you projecting? Let's write down 5 things that you cannot stand about others. Stop the recording here and write down 5 things that you cannot stand about others.
Yeah, this might be a good thing to do because it's very enlightening. I think you should come back and do this. I'm going to move on right now, just for the sake of time. Again, we want to get everything in, but then the next thing is going to be, write down 5 things that you love about other people. So, and then the realization may be, these are things about you that you also love about yourself, or things about you that things that you cannot stand about others could be absolutely things that you're really not comfortable with yourself. So this could be very eye-opening, enlightening for you if you've never done something like this. So that's what this exercise is, and it's going to be part of your homework.
Welcome back. Now, let's write 5 things that you love about others. Your complaints that bother you about yourself and others. So these will identify your triggers. You'll see that other people, what they're doing to you, are a piece of you that is still learning, piece still stuck in the physical level. So like, how dare she do that? Or she is so obnoxious and she thinks she's all that. What do these complaints have to teach you? So sit quietly and say, I am my I am. And see a bright orb of light in the center of your chest. Relax and breathe. Seeing this bright orb of light in the center of your chest and putting your attention into that orb. And when you're centered there, say, how old is the me that is complaining about fill in the blank? Somebody's haircut. How old is the you that is complaining about that driver ahead of you? How old is the you that's doing the complaining about another individual, about your spouse? How you leave the stuff all over. How old is that person? Whatever comes to your mind first is your answer. That is the age. Journal that. So what's the reason your inner child perhaps is complaining? What are the emotions in your life at that time? What are your circumstances? What is your perception of the other person or thing that is bothering you at that time, at that age? So where are you? Where are you living? Who is with you? Who is around you? What are your circumstances? What emotions are coming up about that time in life? So see each reason for your complaint. See each reason written on a little piece of paper. And put the pieces of paper, put all of them into a bowl. See them all being put into a bowl. You were always picked on as a child. Write that on a piece of paper. Maybe you were never listened to. Nobody ever paid attention. Maybe nobody heard what you said. I didn't feel it was important. Write that on a piece of paper. Nobody listened to you. Now say, I am my I am. And I am free of all reflections, projections, and judgments from my 7-year-old self. Whatever age came up for you for this issue, say 7. I am now free of all reflections, projections, and judgments from my 7-year-old self. I ask that source send her all energies, frequencies, thoughts, or feelings required to facilitate a complete healing and make her whole and complete. And see a bright light pouring down over you and the bowl. And when it's covered completely, see it dissolving the bowl and all the papers in it. And say thank you. Now go back to the original person that you were complaining about in this present time. And how do they sound to you now? Do you see yourself in them? In time, you'll be able to catch yourself and do this on the spot. Our bodies are hardly ever where the source of the problem is. They just pass the message along.
Okay, so that's very enlightening. It can be, certainly. So that's one way you can actually clear and then go back and just look at that situation again with that other person after you've looked at it yourself. And then now, let me also go into, this is a chart that I sent to you yesterday, the perception chart. So while we're in the realm of perception, let's go and just see what could possibly be blocks that can be found in the realm of perception. Now, of course, there can be blocks in all the realms, right? So perception is just one of the areas. So this is just one chart that we're going to use in our set of tools. And perception, it's a part of the blueprint too, right? For our divine blueprint. So the realm of perception then is areas in that we're, you know, how we perceive things, right? So that's off, then we have blocks, right? So one thing that can block us from things is having group mind. Now, group mind is a thought that you might share, that same thought that you could share with a group of other people. It might not be true. It may be true for the group, but it may not be truth, right? So there's a difference. It could be true for you or the group, but it's not truth overall, right? So nobody did the research. They're just spewing things out, right? Could be an opinion, but the group went along with it. Like, what? Okay, yeah, we're going for it, right? Well, that can block you in for clearing other areas. So this is one of the things. You come to the you're doing a charting or reading, like we were saying, for clearing the blocks around muscle testing, for example, that chart that we showed you on the previous screen. And so there you would check to see, okay, so is group mind an issue? Is that blocking me from getting 100% accuracy on my muscle testing? Yes or no? If it is yes, then group mind has to be on your chart for what you want to clear. Now, if you did come up with yes, there's group mind, it's affecting my accuracy, then you would clear the group mind. Okay, so this one you might want to use a different, I call it like shooting dice. Okay, so the hand movement is just a little bit different. It's kind of like you're just shooting dice, right? Kind of like that, but you don't go through dramatic. It's more of a subtle, you know, kind of like you're shooting dice, but more subtle. So once you cleared group mind, then am I cleared now to 100%? Yes. Okay, so now you want to see if there any anchors here for group mind. So so there could be seeds, auditory signs, holographic inserts, which I know you don't know probably what those are yet. We have another chart that's going to go over that, but just know that you're going to want to also check for any anchors and make sure that those are clear to 100% too. Now the next one is a group mind virus, similar, but these are harmful, and they are it's something that maybe the group master knows that this is not truth, but he's telling it anyway. And this can create harm to the group for the people who are, you know, behind this person, cult leaders and so forth like that, right? So, and it could be things less, you know, intentional too, or not as, it doesn't just have to be group cult leaders, but there's some religions that are like that. There are some, well, even if, for example, you know, physicians or people putting things in vaccines, they know that that's in there, but, you know, that could be something group harmful. But you'll find this, you'll find group mind virus, and then you'll, I get it. It's causing this person some harm. And then you're going to want to check for anchors, holographic inserts, or permeations. Then the next one on the chart is curses in perception. So these are thoughts that an individual can have towards another person. And these are negative, right? So they're not just kind, loving thoughts. These are thoughts a person like, oh, I'm going to get her, or, you know, something like that. That's a curse. So you have to be very careful about what's coming out of your mind, or even what you're thinking about other people, because you could be putting stuff on them, curses on them, that come back later and check, like, is there something I said that was a curse on this person? It's like, oh yeah, 3 things. I cursed them. They've got 3 curses on them from me. I didn't mean to do that, but you did it because you were angry, and it carried, that energy carried, and it stuck on them, right? So, so this is something you can do every morning. I like to do this to find out if anyone put a curse on me. over the course of the day. So at night you can check before you go to bed, are there any curses on me? Because the amount of people that I talk to on a daily basis, you never know. There could be people who are jealous of what you do and wish that they could do it too. And they're just like, I'm envious or, jealous or whatever. And that's a very low vibration frequency. So that can come across as a curse. So you maybe want to do that in the evening, put that on your list of things to check for. If I got any curses on me today, and then clear those. So then you also want to clear any anchors associated with them, embedding auditory scion, holographic inserts in that fourth column over. Then there's also black magic. Now, this is a thought that you can think about yourself that really doesn't produce anything good because of it. So people, they say things about themselves that down themselves, that cut themselves down. People think that it's a joke. I've a lot of people like, well, I was just joking. Okay, great. You were just joking, but why do you continually cut yourself down? This is black magic, and it's blocking you from things, right? So, and then you want to clear the anchors around that. Also trauma. Trauma is a thought form that is around some kind of unresolved trauma from, it could be from this life, but it could be from a past life as well. So if there were thoughts around something that happened, right? It wasn't exactly the thing that happened so much as the thoughts about it, right? So maybe there was a divorce or your parents or something, and then, well, that is what it is, right? But you put these thoughts on there. Like, well, if it wasn't for that son of a gun doing this and that, then my mom would still, whatever, right? These are thoughts that you put around some kind of event that made that energy the way it is. So it's not what just occurred, but it's the thought around what just occurred. And so these can come across from past lives. You can still be walking around from traumas from past lives, and still that impact of that trauma can still be in your cells. So for right now, yes, we can go into past lives and clearings and so forth, and we do that in level 2 to get a more complete understanding and a clearing around timelines and so forth. But for now, you can clear things even if they were from past lives by just doing the basic, well, you could do the shooting dice, or even just the basic swirl kind of thing like this, and then clear the anchors as well. Then atheist thought forms. This is the belief that you cannot heal or you can't change things. So if people are resistant to energy healers, for example, they have atheist thought forms because they don't believe you can't change me, you can't change anything, my energy, or they have they get this maybe even from medical professionals who tell them that they need to have a surgery around something and cut that part of their body out because it's not working at top function. So yes, this is the only way you're going to be able to resolve this issue. Oh, okay. Because I don't believe my body can change. I don't believe it can change on its own. I don't believe in healing. I will believe the doctor and go ahead and have the surgery, right? So atheist thought forms, that's that non-belief. And so that's why they call it atheist. It has nothing to do with religion in that sense. It's just the term. And then go ahead and clear the anchors around that. So does anyone have any questions on this perception chart?
How do you go ahead and do that in real life, Marlene? How do you say the questions? Can you give me an example of clearing?
Yeah, so just the one that we've already seen the chart where, okay, so what is, the chart is that I want the right permission and ability to have 100% accuracy in my muscle testing and blah, 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 right? So that's what our intent is. That's the clearing that we want to do. So what could possibly be blocking that? So then we go to our charts. Okay, so we can go to our perception chart. Just say, okay, is there anything on this chart that could be preventing that? I'm getting no, but it could be yes for you or for anybody else that you're looking at. So, okay, so there is something on the perception chart. Okay, so what is it? Is it group mind or group mind virus or curses? Yes, I got yes to curses. Okay, put that on your chart, because that's the thing that you're going to need to clear. I got yes for trauma. Okay, put that on your chart. I did not get group mind virus. Well, then it doesn't go on the chart. We don't have to clear it. But we did get 2 things on this chart, so now we have to clear those 2 things, plus check for the anchors and clear those then. So it could be for anything.
So when you say anchors, are you talking about attract spiritual pests or part of?
Yeah,
It
it is, yeah. Yep,
okay.
it can, because it's a low vibe, it's a really low vibration thing, right? Curses is not high vibrational. It's low. This stuff is all low vibe. It's preventing us from things. It's limiting us. It's keeping us in lack and limitation. These things do. And from being who we really are and the capabilities we really have. This stuff prevents that and keeps people down. So the things that are in the anchors category, these are, yes, these are low vibe things. Low vibe stuff resonates on the same frequency as other low vibe stuff. So that's what attracts entities. It attracts, and then the anchors that entities can leave there too. So, and that might be a little bit better perceived when we get to that chart on entities too.
How many charts are there? So the idea is we're going to go through each chart and find, I think the protocol is you get your statement or your objective, and then you go through all the charts and muscle test to see which goes on the chart for that particular clearing.
Yeah.
And you clear them either as you go along or at the end or something. But so we haven't seen all the charts, right? So there's many.
Correct. Yeah. Now okay, so there's one on perception, there's one on emotions, and there's one on amplification, which is that law of attraction. And then there's the entities. We're going to do spiritual attachments. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically four different charts that we're going to go through.
And then you'll go through, or maybe I missed the very beginning of the first class, I think, for a few minutes, but you'll then go through the hand movements for each one. I see here it says quantum pump.
Yeah, now the terminology here may be a little bit different, and I think I'm going to need to switch that up, but it used to be called pump, but it's the basic swirl. It's just this, and it's the one that I showed in the little video clip that I sent along. So you're kind of like, and you need to just do this to where you feel it. Okay, so if you don't feel it like that, then maybe you feel it like this. Maybe you feel it going like this. Sometimes sometimes your hand just does whatever is appropriate for that clearing. I've noticed that, sometimes I'll be doing something and maybe it's a heart chakra or heart center related issue, and then I'm doing things like this, like I'm in the heart center doing something, I don't know what I'm doing. My hands knew what they were doing apparently, but so it's not just one thing. Sometimes it can be whatever it feels is that sweet spot for that thing, right? But these are giving you a general, this works best kind of scenario here,
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm. And that chopping thing here where it says that, I'm calling it karate. So on other stuff, it's kind of like a kung fu, karate thing. So this is one chart. You can check for any of these things. Is this blocking my intention? Yes or no? And that goes on the chart if it's a yes.
Can you use it for an intention as well? Opposite intention? Like, if you set a goal today or something like that?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
you
What could possibly be blocking me from attaining that goal?
Yeah.
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 Exactly. Because your mind might be in the way of what you want, what you say you want, but your mind or your perception of that. And this is where we're going back to age 1 to 7, where we just soaked everything up as truth, right? All these beliefs that are not ours. So maybe we soaked up things about that this is the way it is. Okay, we just bought into it, but it may not be truth. Maybe something your family thought was true, but maybe not so much. So that's why that then needs to go on your chart, because it's holding you back. It's preventing you from something. Yeah. So this is just pinpointing what the possible areas are. So in the program. So I'm going to stop sharing here on this chart and go on. So that's one of the charts you're going to put into your tool belt. And let's get into let's get into the next one so that we can get into emotions. I think next is what we're going to do. Yep. Yeah. Now, I've sent several things in your handouts for emotions. But I'll share the screen on mine so you don't have to pull it out or use it at the moment. So let's just go into this. This is a shorter module, not too long, but it's on emotions. I'll share the screen. And let's get going on this. So this will be another chart. I'll give you an emotion chart here in a minute.
Finding fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Transformative healing and training with Marlene Allen. Training module number 4, your emotional power. The emotional body layer. In this layer, we've been considered weak if we visit here much, so we've avoided it mostly, living in our head, stuffing feelings like crazy, until we pretty much kind of just bust out of our physical bodies. This, however, is the emotional body power level, and we are going to visit it. So emotion is simply energy, and you can feel the energy in the room, tenseness, anger, or happiness. You can feel it when you walk in. It's palpable usually. Some emotions may not even be ours, but people now have some empathic abilities. And we could be experiencing depression, for example, when it may be someone else's energy. This causes some people to self-medicate or develop a substance abuse to avoid overwhelming emotions that they cannot process. Emotions aren't scary when you understand what they are and what is causing them. They're a direct reflection of yours or others' energy. You can become wrapped up in other people's stuff. Perhaps someone at work was angry, and now you're at home and you're defensive with your spouse. This is how most fights begin. They revolve around messy energy and assumptions passed between unsuspecting people. When one person assumes something based on an energy or emotion that they get, and then the situation spirals out of control. Your power orb. So this is you. It is your energy field. It allows you to see and feel what is going on in your world at all times, at any moment. You're protected inside and watched over by your guides. See beautiful light pouring into yours and feel joy. Now, let's do an activation to get into your power orb. So this is your orb, this is your space, and we are going to go ahead and get into your power orb. So it is for my highest and best good and in alignment with my real self and true soul's mission to be attuned. I now ask my higher self to allow this activation to the protection orb and the energies used in it. Thank you. So align with your 0-point light cord and into your heart space. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out. Say, I am your name now to bring you into your own space. Say, where am I right now? And your awareness will shift to somewhere other than in your own head. Say, come back and see a mini version of you headed back towards your mind, toward that bright ball of consciousness behind your third eye. Merge your mini self into that orb. Imagine you're in the middle of your brain. Breathe and feel what it's like in there. Is it warm? Quiet? Now see a second orb. And this one is 2 feet above your head. See it drop straight down into your head. When it is surrounding your awareness in the middle of your brain, see yourself in that orb, inside your brain, totally protected. What does your brain feel like now? Have things slowed down or sped up? Is the temperature the same? Is it still quiet there? This will be different for everyone. Say, I am now a power orb. And see yourself in the center of your orb. What does that look like from all directions? Color, size. Spend a moment there, getting a feel for what it feels and looks like. Look up now. See a huge, shiny orb 6 feet above your head. There's liquid light dripping down through your orb, into your head, through your heart space, to the earth below you. This is the 0-point light cord. As this energy holds your awareness, it begins to expand, transmuting all darkness, all attachments, anything that not is you, clearing and cleansing. As your orb is infused with light and energy, your orb is cleared along with it. Say, I am now protected. A glowing golden liquid pours down over your orb like thick paint, coating it completely. As it dries, you are cleansed, clear, and safe in your I am, in your power orb. Now that you're in your power orb, let's let go of some low vibe emotions from your emotional level. So getting rid of that isn't yours, so that you are pure, happy, bright, and clean again. There will be a PDF chart attached called Chart of Negative Emotions. And here you're going to find a list, a long list, probably an 8-page list of negative emotions on this chart. So see any of these emotions as dark flecks within your power orb that might be there with you. So go to your chart, the chart of negative emotions, and you'll find emotions anywhere from starting with abandoned, bad, bitter, blaming, crushed, deceitful, demanding, dismayed, forgetful, hurried, impatient, listless, manipulative, mean, overlooked, perplexed, resentful, ruined, scattered, shameful, stupid, terrible, terrified, unimportant, unworthy, vindicated, vulnerable, worthless, and yearning. To use your power orb to clear all these and more, it takes awareness and intention. Allow any of the emotions that resonate with you to color the flecks in your orb. See them as dark black flecks inside your power orb. So see and feel them. See the white light of source shining down to eliminate the emotions that you desire to let go of, zapping and clearing each one until your orb is clear and bright. We'll start at the top of the chart, and you can muscle test each one of these emotions and ask yourself, am I getting a yes? Do I see a dark fleck inside my power orb for restricted, or self-conscious, or slighted, or stupid? Go through each one. So it's very important. This is a way to get them out of your subconscious, to get them out of your field, get them out. All right, this is going to be a long process, but very, very worthwhile. Very worthwhile. So go through the list and allow any of the emotions that resonate with you, or the ones that you're getting a yes to, muscle testing, to come up as a black fleck inside of your power orb. See it and feel it.
So let's do a couple of them here. This will be great to do as a homework project because this is going to take a long time probably for most people, because there are, oh, one made its way onto the another page there, but there's a couple of pages, 4 columns each, of a lot of different low vibe emotions here. So for example, abandoned. Now, when you say the word, sometimes, if you just get that feeling, you know that that one's going to resonate somehow with you. So that one goes on your chart. You need to clear. So, or you can do the muscle testing. Is abandon a negative emotion that I've been carrying around, or, you know, however you want to put it. Is this a black fleck inside my power, or is this, do I see it as that? So however it comes up best for you. Some people are a little different on how they get things. So that's why I'm just giving you some options of how you can process, you know, one that's, you know, absolutely affecting you and your life somehow. So if you're feeling abandoned, you know, maybe consciously, maybe you don't feel that, but maybe it's there from some other time, some other place. It could still be there, right? So check the word abandoned. Do you get a yes on abandoned? If you do, then that's where you're going to shine the light on it, and you can then use the basic swirl, sending beautiful gold healing energy into that low vibration of the emotion. Abandon, and then just, okay, so am I 10% clear there? Yeah. 20, yeah. Continue on. Only at 20. Okay, 25, 30. Okay, continue on. 98, 99, 100%. Okay, does abandon come up anymore for me? No. So that one's good. You can cross it on your list. Abused. Do I get a yes on abused? Right? And you're going to go down and do each of these. Now, Tracy, you went through this exercise already, didn't you? Can you give us a little insight on what come up maybe for you? Not maybe the words, but how this may have been an enlightening experience?
Yeah, it definitely felt like it really shifted, you know, some of the things I'm going through right now immediately. But, and so some things came up for whatever's going on currently in life. And then some things really surprised me that they were there, but it felt, I didn't really sit and, maybe I should, but I didn't sit and reflect on like connecting pieces or stories or where it came from or anything like that. And I was actually going to ask you, do you need to do this again, like as things go on in life? Or is this all sort of like deeper imprints that are giving rise to experiences or blocks in your life currently, right?
Right. Because if you got deprived, well, maybe you've got everything you need and you don't feel deprived, but it's still there from somewhere. So it could have been a different lifetime. So now it comes up now, so you can resolve it. So now I don't have to keep dragging this deprived thing with me from every lifetime.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
get rid of it. And so yes, to answer your question, it will go away permanently once we shine the light on it and let that go, right?
So I actually didn't muscle test to, so I'm maybe not giving insight, just telling my experience. I didn't muscle test to see when it was done. I just saw it kind of go away, like it sort of dissolved. I saw it as like black, like chips or little like shavings, almost like, what did it look like to me? Like metal shavings, like magnetic shavings that you might see sometimes, you know, that they kind of, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of something from like science class in high school or something, where you use a magnet and it sort of attracts these little metal chips, these little metal shaving pieces towards the magnet. So
Yeah.
I would see it in the orb, and it was interesting now that I'm thinking about it. Sometimes it would come up with the word written on it, and sometimes it was just not, like there were different shapes, and some were larger or longer and some were smaller. So it took a while, and my hand was like kind of going crazy sometimes. I felt like it was possessed or something, like you know what I mean? If you're doing this for a long time, I'm not really used to it. So it's like, I felt like I couldn't quite control my hand, but it was very, you know, I don't know, I sort of fell into a zone because I did the whole thing together, you know, I went through all of them, and it does take a while. And it just felt like afterwards, like definitely things were like clearer, and I slept when I hadn't really been sleeping very well. I slept better and just got more grounded. It was really interesting, that after effect, but the doing of it also was, you know, it was just a learning experience, right? To see what it looks like and see how it works, and see some things were tougher to get them to dissolve, you know? Yeah.
Yes. So some things can be real light, barely there, clear real quick. Other things could be like, oh, I felt that. Oh, what's going on? You know, you could maybe get that emotional pull or tug to, this is going to be a big one, I guess, you know, and maybe takes a little while longer to clear. And some things may come up with the word on it. Like you said, I thought that was interesting. Some things will just come up as an emotional feeling, or sometimes you will get like a picture of what's going on. Frustrated, for example, and you could just say, my sister always got everything and I didn't get, you know, maybe you see this picture of some point where, you know, she was getting things and you didn't, or whatever can come up. So it's all different. It can be different for different people, or it can be different from different emotions. Each one can have a different frequency, and they have different frequencies. And I think that was another chart that I sent to you too. There was one where it had emotions, and it actually gave you the frequency of that emotion.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Emotions, yeah, let me see if I can find that one, because it does. Is this one? Yeah, it says emotions, feelings chart PDF. I'll stop sharing on this one and share the other. Yeah, it's this one here. And it starts out, you know, it gives you kind of a few emotions, right? It's not complete as the other negative emotions chart. But this one, you can go in and you actually see, like, jealousy, it's the lowest frequency of 16. That's the frequency of vibration that jealousy has. Okay, and then there's colors. Like if somebody sees colors, then these are the colors that they can show up as. And then anchors, you want to clear the anchor too if you're getting a yes on jealousy for something. And then there could be an alien type 3. And these are the areas that are affected in the blueprint, but it's not necessary for you to know all that. It's just kind of interesting, I guess, to know where they can show up. Hatred would be, so jealousy is below hatred, believe it or not. Very low, yeah. And then hatred is an 18, envy is a 23, and so forth. So
should we go back, like those of us who've done the chart, and then like do the anchors that would be part of those emotions, or just like the start?
Yeah, well, you would have to go to the anchors chart, which is another one we'll do tomorrow, and then you can match that emotion and just say, is there any anchors for this emotion that on this anchors chart that I should clear for this emotion? And then you could get a yes or, you know, yeah, that would be.
That sounds like that. I'm just thinking, it sounds like it takes quite a bit of time to put the chart together for everything.
It really can, to do a complete and thorough clearing.
Yeah.
But when you look at it from a perspective of what am I getting out of doing this,
Yeah.
it could be astronomically night and day, you know, like, wow, that just changed my life.
Yeah.
You know, so if you, yeah, it might take a couple hours, but is that 2 hours worth what, you know, what could be the resolution that you get?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around how it works and what needs to be done, you know.
Mhm.
Because
So
any given issue might have different things that you're trying to clear in it, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And you can do, you can shorten it up a little bit too by saying, okay, is there anything on page 1? No. Okay, so I'll go to page 2. No. Good. Now on 3. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or you could do that with that negative chart, negative emotions chart, abandoned, abused, accused, right? And so is there anything in the first column?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, the you know, is there anything in the top half?
Yeah.
No. Bottom half? Yes. Okay. So, you know, you can kind of speed it up a little bit
I got you.
that way.
Yeah.
Or is there anything in the A's? Yes. Okay. B's? No. Or, you know, whatever speeds things up for you.
I had a ton of emotions, so I.
Yeah, I know. It seems like the first time you do this, you're probably going to get a yes to all 8 columns. So you might as well just yes to each one. I know it's gonna work that way.
But it feels good to get them out there. That's for sure. So it's nice to have a tool.
Yep. And then you can check what the frequency is for them if you'd like or not. It doesn't make a difference at all, you know. So then you know, obviously blaming, greed, deceptive, anger, frustration, you can see that these are low vibration type emotions. You get to things like neutrality, and yeah, that's kind of neutral, right? But it's still only a 210 on the frequency scale. So that's why it's on here. Overwhelmed, 228. You might think, well, why is glee? Isn't that happy? Well, it could be happy, and that's not natural happy, you know. And that's only a 245. So pride, 258, you know, just things that it doesn't seem so bad, but in the long run, they can be dragging you down in frequency. So some letting go of these low vibration emotions also will increase your frequency. Higher. So it would be real advantageous to go through all 8 columns and just get out what you can. Now, of course, there's things in here loved. Well, 530. Okay, but if you're 675, why do you want to resonate at 530 anymore, right? You know, right? So 606 is thrilled, but you're at 6. Well, we were 675. We'll pass that now, but you can see where delighted, you know, 570 doesn't seem so bad, but but there are you know, joy, bliss. I mean, there's higher frequency. They're actually feelings that we want to come from. We want feelings. We want to feel. We don't want these emotions, right? The emotions are all sticky and can be yucky and stuck with anchors and all and experiences from the past, right? So, so that's what we are.
Oh, you muted yourself, Marlene, I think.
Okay, hit too many buttons.
Exactly.
Long process, as Tracy can attest to, but will definitely be advantageous.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can you ask for help when it comes to clearing? You know, angels and higher beings.
Yes, but again, make sure you know who are you talking to, who are you listening to, who are you getting your answers from. So just be very, very clear that you're only going to accept information from the highest and best, you know, guides that only have your highest and best intentions in mind, right? So, because there's also negative spirit guides. right? And they can be hanging out, and I clear them. And the reason I call them negative is because they're attached to your field. Nothing that's not negative would be attached to your field. Nothing attaches to your field. Nothing. You are sovereign. You do not, nobody attaches to my field. Nobody comes into my field. I am sovereign. So if there's a spirit guide in my field, they're not for my highest and best. They're there maybe riding along, observing, or who knows what, or causing trouble. So I want to be very clear, again, who I'm talking to, who I'm getting my information from, who's helping me, because it has to be very pure energy that we're helping other people. For example, you want to make sure that you're not sending them, because some people do. There's some healers that they learn a modality and they think they have it and it's all great, but then they're sending this energy that may not be pure to other people. And I've had people come to me and I'm like, oh my goodness, where have you been? What happened to you? Like I've seen them the week before maybe, and now I'm talking to them again, and they're all full of attachments. And they'll say, well, I had another session with so-and-so, and I've heard of a couple different people, and it was right around the same time. A few different people told me the same name. I'm going, what happened? It was some program that they had, and it was actually sending these negative spiritual attachments to all the people in her group. So they were all, and they were compromising organs. It's like, once I do an organ, it stays there. It doesn't zip back down, not overnight. I mean, maybe over a few years, but it's not going to zip back down right overnight. So I'm like, this is not good energy. This was taking people's life force down. Obviously, that's what they do, but it was also taking their organ function down. And so there was some bad energy going through there. So that's why you got to be 100% clear on who you're getting help from.
So that's the first. I was going to say that's why the first clearing is to get the accurate testing, right? So
yeah, and then always my higher self knows who would be on my team, right? So that could be who you would ask for assistance. Okay, higher self, assemble my healing team. Let's pull in all of these beautiful divine energies that will assist with this, and and then you can test. Okay, so how many are there? Okay, there's 6. Okay, let's test their frequency. Okay, and if you're only getting that they're 300 or something, like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't want you on my team. You're just not involved enough yet. I mean, thank you. I appreciate your wanting to help, but this is not where I'm going with this, with my practice. So thanks, but no thanks. But it's not like your higher self's going to just sabotage you either. So that's why I'm saying get their assistance and assemble your team of high frequency vibrational guides or assistants. And yes, so you could ask for angels and so forth, but you be very clear.
Okay.
Yeah, very important. And then once you have your team assembled, then you can trust them, and going forward to always, okay, team, all right, let's do this. So yeah, good question. Yeah, and let's see. So let's go back to where we were on the emotions chart. And
when you are complete, you start the report.
all right, so that's when we wanted to do the.
We're going to do is around the ability to.
Okay, so now we're going to do a clearing on emotions. So let's share this. And go.
Optimally enjoy true feelings, not emotions, true feelings, right? Feelings, love, joy, peace, happiness, bliss. Enjoy true feelings, not emotional to be grounded, safe, happy, joyous, content, and loved. Enjoying secure and loving attachments from your spouse, family, and friends. And these are the blocks that could be blocking you from just that. Now, there may be just some of these that apply to you, or maybe all of them, or maybe none of them, but usually there's some on here. There's usually always something that comes up for everybody that I've worked with. So go through and we're going to clear each one of these items using our clearing technique that you're learning. So go ahead now and we're going to clear all the items on this chart and on this chart. And when we get complete with that, we will come back to the recording.
Let's see.
So welcome back.
Checking to see, did I send you that emotion clearing? I'm not sure if I did. But that would, yeah, that would be clearing that we'd want to do to make sure that we are actually feeling our feelings and not going, you know, emotional all the time into dramas and all that. So I'm not sure if that was separate or if you just need to come back to the video and that 12-minute mark on here. I guess it is because I don't recall seeing it separately. I'm just checking my file. I don't see it separate. So, okay, so that you'll just have to come back to that and do that clearing for yourself. Okay, so then into the next part, words affecting your biology.
All right, now that we are clear and we are able now to enjoy pure feelings instead of emotions. This is wonderful, wonderful feelings of love, happiness, peace, joy, and peace. So let's look now at words that affect your biology because they do. Words are things. Words do affect you. Remember when we said sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt me? That's not true. I don't know where that came from. Whoever said that? I don't know where it came from, but it's not true. Words do hurt. And they can affect you, your biology. All right, so here's some words on the left side that would be damaging to yourself if you said them about yourself. I am angry. If you say that, you are affecting your biology. Oh, you're an angry person. How do you like that? Okay. Instead, you can say mildly disenchanted. Okay. If you're anxious, you can say I'm excited. If you're feeling down, you could say I'm vibrantly aware. Or if you say embarrassed, you can exchange that and say I'm challenged. For frightened, you can use surprised. For hurt, you can be awake. For irritated, you can replace it with stimulated. For jealous, you can say admiring. For lonely, you can be self-actualizing time. You're in self-actualizing time right now. Or for nervous, you can be abundant opportunities. There's just abundant opportunities for me. Or overwhelmed, you could be attentive. For sad, you could be sorting through your thoughts. For sick, you could be cleansing. Or for stressed, you could be blessed. Think of how many times you use words that have a low vibration. All of these emotional words here do affect your biology. And by exchanging them for empowering words, you are also affecting your biology in a more positive way. And your body will respond. Your mood will respond, and people around you will definitely notice the difference. So exchange the words and be aware. Be aware every single day of how you are affecting your own biology by using the words that you choose. So choice, key here. You do have a choice.
So I just want to share, I have a certification from one one place that I have a certification from, and she uses the term wordology is your biology. And I like that. I think it's so appropriate. In the words that you choose are going to affect your biology, which is your physicality, right? So, so wherever our consciousness is, wherever our vibration is, whatever we're resonating, wherever that is, that's going to be our physicality. Somewhere it may not be tomorrow, but it will, you know, if you continue on that road with those low vibration emotions, eventually there will be a physical manifestation of that. So that's how everything starts. Okay, so if somebody comes to you, a client maybe, and they have some problems physically, then you know it didn't start, you know, just last week. You put the pieces together, and that's where you can find, okay, so they have this issue. And then, well, okay, so now you've gone through maybe some emotions with them, and you're finding, okay, well, look, you know, all of these things were real low resonance, and this is what's happened. So we'll put the pieces together a little bit more as we go along. I'm going to share the emotions clearing chart. And I believe I sent this to you. This is a little different from the other, but this is the actual emotions clearing chart, where you can come to this chart now and find, is there, this is one of the tools. So when you're doing a clearing, so you got your intention there, I have the right permission and ability to enjoy 100% accuracy in my muscle testing, blah, blah, blah. Now, what could possibly be blocking that? Could it be in the emotions realm? Could it be emotional thought forms? Yes, then you jot that down, and you're going to want to clear emotional thought forms. Now, that would be any thought form that's creating a negative outcome. Okay, so so if you get a yes, then you know you're going to need to use the basic swirl and do a clearing, sending beautiful gold God healing energy into that emotional thought form until it's dissolved, until you get 100%. And then actually then go into the next fourth column and check for anchors there and clear those. The next thing you could look for is emotional brain programs. Amygdala, that's the emotional area of the brain back here in the back of the brain. So that's where emotions. So some people, if they have some issues, there may be something in the amygdala, an actual physical area of the brain that that can be off too. So just know that there are more places to check for emotions. It's in our advanced, you know, doing the brain regeneration, because you don't want to do that unless you know everything here first. But there is a place in the brain that processes emotions, the amygdala. So, but you could ask, is there, you know, is the amygdala one of the things, you know, programs maybe running in my amygdala that are blocking me from my intention? If you're getting a yes, for now, you can just send the beautiful gold God healing energy into the amygdala and just do it from that way. Okay, so and then test. Am I cleared 100% then for the amygdala? Okay, yeah. So then you can move on. But this is how you interpret things based on how you were brought up, really, and how you lived and how you were cared for. Emotionally, you either had some stable emotions or you were erratic all over the board. Things just happened in your family and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what it's based on. So you want to clear that to 100% if you're getting that as one of the blocks to your clearing, and then the anchors as well. Then you've got astral body. Now that's one of the layers of the aura. One of the 7 layers of the aura energy is the astral body. So that's part of the clearings and emotions, but because it collects information there. And so then clear the anchors as well. So now there's also the emotional body. So going down here into the text emotional body, and clear that. So that's also an aura layer. So clear, this could be something stuck in the aura, right? In that emotional body of the aura. So you'll want to clean that, clear it off, clean it. You can see it as a black spot or black or darkness in the aura. You may see that. And then just bring it to light and see if, okay, 100% clear, good. There's the etheric body, that's another layer of the aura, so you could look at that too. Karma. So karma, that is, I thought, you know, I'm going to bring these up when I get into, where did I have it? Amplification. So I'm going to do that when I get into amplification. These here. Yeah. Okay. So shared energy too. Yeah. So that's on another chart as well. So I won't get into it here, but there could be this in emotions. So just say, is there agreements in emotions, in the realm of emotions? So then you may get a yes. But if you get agreements in the realm of amplification, maybe you get a no there. So this could be another way to pinpoint it in this realm, emotional realm. And so then you can look for, you know, maybe there's some heart issues, right? So emotions can be trapped in the heart, the pancreas, and the ovaries for people. So that's another area that you might want to look at and see, okay, so if they're having issues with their ovaries, like why? What's going on with the ovaries? Well, it could be that they've got emotions in there. Something's just overwhelming for them or something. So also there could be ghosts. Yeah, so ghosts can be in our field. They can attach into our field, and you may need to clear karma with them emotionally. It could be a family member that keeps coming back, and for some reason maybe you have karma from past with them that just needs to be cleared. And so, and all of these things here too, if you know no other way to clear them, if I haven't given you the protocol for it yet, just do the basic swirl and intending that you're sending beautiful healing energy, God gold energy into it until you get to 100%. And then cycles and timelines, I think that's on the other chart too. So I'll cover that there. But it could be, is there cycles in emotions? Like I get emotional every full moon or something like that. That could be. So is there cycles in the realm of emotions that need to be cleared in order to reach this intention? Yes. Okay, well then clear them. Or if you're getting yes to timelines, even though we haven't covered what that means or how to, you know, clear them, just saying, oh yeah, I do. Okay, well then the basic swirl, gold energy into the timeline, into the emotional realm. So that's, any questions on the emotion chart?
No, but I have a question.
Yeah.
So we're learning how to clear, right? Everything, these are all clearing, but we're only learning how to say the yes and no to it right now. We haven't gotten into the part that you do when you type everything and then you clear it, right? That's coming, right?
Right. The part where I do what? Everything?
Well, everything that you showed us, we're saying either yes or no to know what we need to clear.
Yeah.
That part. But we haven't learned how to actually clear, right?
Yes, that is what we're doing. Yes.
Well,
Yes, you are using the basic hand movement to rearrange particles. So by quantum intention, right? So your intention is that my swirling the field here, the quantum pleasure field, by swirling and moving particles around, I am actually causing something to happen.
So
this actually causes something to happen. So you are clearing.
So when you say yes and you're doing that, you're clearing it.
Yeah, I got a yes for it. Okay, so now I'm sending in the beautiful energy. I'm sending it right into that emotional thought form, and we are clearing it, clearing it, clearing it. Just dissolving it, dissolving it, dissolving it. You can see it just dissolving away, right? Until you get to 100% clear. Yep.
But how do you know you're getting to 100% clear?
Yeah. Yes. And so that's why I use 100 instead of 10, because
And how do you know that you're getting to 100%?
that's the muscle testing. So I'm at 95 and then it drops off. Okay, so now I got to go the rest of the way. Okay, 96, just continue until you get to 97, 98, 99, 100. Okay, now I'm 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the clearing itself, the process of clearing something is intention, the hand movement getting you into the quantum field, and then, you know, whatever intention or vision or whatever you have or use to see gold, divine light, healing or removing or clearing that out of the field.
Correct.
Right?
Yes, yes. And that's where the I've got like a built-in statement to my higher self, really. It's to assist me at all times, you know, right? So I mean, you could just say higher self, assist me in clearing this. You could say that. You could call in the person's higher self as well. Just say, let's get the other person's higher self on board with this team, and make sure we're all doing, you know, the highest and best for this individual. And, you know, so these are all kind of prerequisite things that you could say. I don't say them so much anymore because I feel where I'm at, you know, but at the beginning, yeah, that's what you can do. And that's it will be clear. Okay, just know this will clear the situation. Just now, there can be other things, right? So we haven't touched on everything yet, right? But everything in emotions, that's what we've covered so far, right? So all of the emotion stuff now you can clear by looking at the charts or the emotion itself. You can go into perception, use that chart we just looked at before, and check and see if anything on there. So we've got perceptions, the mind, and we've got the emotional realm, okay? And so we have energy and amplification coming up after this. But yeah, so this one's kind of short as far as what you're looking for in the actual programs, you know, thought forms and programs, and where to look for emotions. So these are the areas actually on the bottom here. These are other areas to look for where you can find emotions that are trapped in the body or in the field. So sometimes it's not so obvious. So that's where you can go, well, wow, maybe there's a ghost here. Maybe there's something attached to this person that they got this karma keeps coming back or whatever, you know? So, I mean, you can zero in on different things, right?
Because it would take too long to go through all the charts and muscle test everything to find out what that one thing, that intention needs, right? You don't want to have to go through all the charts. So you're developing like pointers here. That's sort of what that is, right? Like if you know it's in emotions and you're looking for emotions, you might look at these other places too to make sure you're getting all of it. Is that what
yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like, I'm only 98% on my clearing. What am I missing? You know, because it's still a thing with this person. Maybe not so much anymore, but there's still coming up somewhat. So then you can, then go back and zero in if you just cannot get it to 100%.
Okay. Yeah.
But at the beginning, it's best if you do test each item because you're learning. You need to know where things can pop up, right? So for depression, maybe if these, you know, you're working on depression clients, then obviously emotions are going to be part of the clearings, you know? So for them, you're going to know, hey, I need to make sure I'm real thorough with testing everything here because there could be several layers deep. And that's another thing you can then ask is from the higher self is make sure that this goes in full depth and breadth and get all the layers. Clear all the layers. That's what I ask for too. Full depth and breadth. And yeah, to clear all layers. And they know what that means. So it's like, I'm just being real intentional. Okay, so let's go into, all right, so that was emotions. So we've got perception, we've got emotions. I'm gonna go into the next section. Okay. All right.
Welcome to Finding Fulfillment, Passion, and Purpose, Transformative Healing and Training with Marlene Allen. Training module number 5. This is your body power ownership, plus light body power activation, plus frequency of vibration elevation. We're going to start with doing a quantum activation. So when you have 100% body ownership, you have total awareness of what is happening with your body and what messages it is sending you. But because of attachment and other negative energies, you can lose part or all of your body ownership. Let's do a quantum activation. It's for the ability to achieve and maintain full body ownership. This is a clearing that's going to involve.
Now I didn't write the whole clearing out, you know, as I normally did, like the right permission and ability to achieve 100% and optimal full and maintain full body ownership, you know, letting go of dark energies, suppression, domination, control. I didn't write the whole thing out, but this is the intention right here. So you can add whatever you want into that intention too. So you can add, yes, that you want 100% full optimal ability to whatever, and then letting go of, so things that you want let go of, but then you can also add in, right? Ability to have 100% full optimal, blah, 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 and in ease and grace, right? Or however you want it to come to you, you can add in things that would make it easier, or you could be maintain a happier disposition around, you know, your being in your body, or whatever that happens to be. So you can design your intentions the way you want to. I just like to preface them with the right permission and ability to, you know, enjoy 100 optimal whatever, and letting go of all the blah 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 blahs, yeah, at the end. So you can stick whatever you want in the middle. And then this is the chart then that I've charted out. These are the possibilities, possible things that could be blocking your ability to be full body ownership.
Clearing these blocks. This slide, and the next slide, these are the emotional anchors that would prevent full body ownership. So you can see there's a lot here: jealousy, hatred, resentment, blame, frustration, apathy, desire, disappointment, distress, crush, overwhelm, glee, bitterness, and then there's seeds that are the anchors for each of those emotions. And these seeds, really the anchors here, what they are is, if we clear the emotion itself, but you don't clear the seeds or the anchor, then that can serve as a homing device for something to come back again. So we want to make sure that we clear the anchors as well. So that's what we'll be doing for removing the emotions, the low vibration emotions. Now, also spiritual interferences are affecting body ownership. So here are the individual interferences in entity attachments that can affect body ownership. So certainly anything attached to your field is not going to give you 100% full body ownership of yourself, right? So they're taking over your body or a portion of it, so you'll not have optimal ownership when something else is in there too. So absolutely these will have to go. So you'll see reticulins, reptoids, grays, satyrs, zetas, and lockets, and alien type 7s. And then the anchors that they can do. So besides seeds for wheels of motions, we have wormholes now, we have portals, we have implants, we have holographic inserts, mechanisms, and permeations and portals, right? And then also for these particular entity attachments, they also can resonate with low vibration emotions. So for example, if you have unforgiveness or if you have resentment, they will resonate at the same resonance as these particular interferences. So there's another great reason to go back to the previous module and let go of unforgiveness or let go of resentment, for example, or bitterness. And that way you are not in the same resonance anymore with these particular interferences. So great idea. Also clearing the blocks for the ability to live in your body. This is going to be a separate activation here, and here are all the blocks that we're going to work on clearing for body ownership, for the ability to live in your body. Also, these are these are curses, traumas, cycles, emotional thought forms, etc. Then there's DNA. There may be programs in your DNA.
Or DNA of others.
Able to have the ability to live in your body or to own your body completely. There's can be also things in your bloodline. And clan is family. You know, the right to belong to your family. So sometimes, you know, belonging to the family overrides certain things that are not truth, right? So overrides real truth. So we will make sure that we want to clear the clan energy too. So, and then clearing DNA and bloodline, you want to locate any issues that are preventing complete body ownership and removing the faulty programs, such as you don't have a right to be here, or you're a burden, or you're a black sheep of the family, you should never have been born, or your individual goals are not acceptable with this family, or your father and mother is no good, you're just like them, right? So these are types of programs that may be there. So we'll identify the number of programs that are in your DNA blocking body ownership or the ability to live in your body. So who am I and what?
Yeah, and at that point, since we don't have the complete training for DNA, where am I? Okay, the complete training for DNA yet. So just go ahead with a basic swirl and send in beautiful gold, God, healing energy into the DNA programs, right? So you can just say, are there DNA programs preventing 100% optimal body ownership? And if you get yes, then go, how many? Okay, 3. Okay, so I've got 3 programs, right? You could identify them. Is there a program for you or a burden? Yeah. Okay. Is there others? Yeah. Okay. How many? 3. Okay. Then just do it into the 3. You don't really have to know what they are, but they're interesting. You know, I suppose if you want to pinpoint them, but it's not necessary to pinpoint them. So you're just sending the beautiful energy in there with the intent that higher self knows what to do. She or he has got our team together, and they are now transforming the energy around that DNA program. So that's all you need to do at that point. Okay, so who am I?
Of the divine. You are a piece of source, as we already identified. You have a right to exist and a right to take up space and to breathe. You have the ability and the right to be happy and to live completely in your body, to be loved and know love on the deepest level, and to use your brain and body to its fullest capacity. And that is what owning your body optimally 100% feels like. So we're going to remove challenges, for example, such as betrayal, abandonment, unable to own your life, controlled, invaded, or dominated, and the entity attachments that we've identified. So also activation here for the ability to exist as a spirit in your body, to own your life, and to fully express in all areas. And these are the blocks that would be in the way of that. that we will be clearing. And now going into your light body. So we're going to be talking about your frequency of vibration and the ability to raise your frequency to a higher vibration in light, moving the denseness in the darkness. So these are the items here on this chart that we're now clearing. So bringing light and your spirit into your body.
And that's what I was doing for everybody. So I'm increasing the frequency of vibration for everybody here. So to get to where we want to be in the healer mode. So that is what I was clearing for everybody to have this higher frequency of vibration. So there could be things in your bloodline that would prevent that, or maybe some past traumas or curses and so forth. So let me see where I'm at with the whole group. .89% clear.
I still don't understand how you get to the percentages. How do you figure that out?
Muscle test. So is it more than 20? Yeah. More than 30? Yeah. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80? Yes. 85? Yes. 86, 87, 88, 89. And then it flips off. So it's 89. 88, 89. It just won't stay. I can't make it stay at 89. It just flips. I just can't. No matter what I do, it flips off.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll get there, Linda. You will. Yeah. Just keep practicing. Just keep practicing. This is my yes. This is my yes. This is my no. This is my no.
Then you're using both hands.
Your dominant hand is the one that is the most reliable.
For the clearing, and then
And
the
for
other
testing.
for the percentage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I think she's saying that the dominant hand, Linda, is, I think you were talking cross purpose. Dominant hand is best to use for the muscle testing, right, Marlene? And I think
Yeah. And I'm
I was confused that you're using both hands, so yeah.
You could use both hands for clearing too. Yes. But you generally, if you're going to just do one hand, this is just my right hand. I'm right-handed.
my question is, how am I going to know if I'm really accurate on percentage? You got the percentage down like, wow, I just don't get that part.
She's fast, yeah.
Okay. I don't get it. How do you figure that out so fast?
It takes practice, but I'm going to tell you what, as long as you've programmed your body, this is my yes, this is my yes, show me my yes, I demand my yes. And then doing that clearing, and you can do the clearing to, on the muscle testing to have the ability to get correct answers all the time. And then just do it, okay? Just do the clearing, like if you want to do that overnight, and then come back tomorrow and just say, hey, did I clear to 100% on that? And then I'll say, no, it's only about 88%. Okay, so then just do it a little while longer, right? So until you get there, right? But test it first yourself and see what you get. Okay, I think I'm maybe 80%. This feels maybe 80, okay? And just start there, yeah.
All right.
Because we haven't done the clearing yet to get accurate testing answers. So we may, it's natural probably to doubt yourself, but I imagine as you practice, you get more used to it, more confident.
Yes.
Have to use it.
Mhm.
But the clearing should get us, if we practice it tonight, you're saying it should get us kind of clear. And Marlene can check and see if we succeeded in that. And then we can be off to the races with trusting it.
Yes, exactly, right. Once that chart is clear, then you should have no problems in getting accurate information with your testing. Then it's just more of having your fingers do it, just become a habit, more comfortable feeling around it. It definitely will. Some people it takes days. Some people it's taken a month, every day for a month, before they're actually feeling it right. But and everywhere in between, kind of. So if you use it every day and you intend that you are going to be accurate with this, then you will be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just get real demanding with my stuff. In no uncertain terms, this is going to happen. And you can be too. If you're that certain, you're going to get it.
Mhm.
Yep. Absolutely. Just know that you will. It works that way too, Linda. Just know that you got it. Yep. And then you can say that my muscle testing is 100% accurate now. I don't want to wait a month. Yeah. It's just the body. We're in 3D, you know, the body. So you may just be more, you know, clumsy feeling, you know, until you get the hang, you know, but it will come. So, okay, so I'm doing this clearing right here, the frequency of vibration. I'll make sure that this is all cleared for us. And by tomorrow, I'll tell you where I've got everybody's frequency by tomorrow. So, yeah, go ahead.
I can't see that we have received these charts.
No, you're gonna have to go back to, this is just a one-time clearing for you. You're gonna get the video links. I'm gonna send you all these links tonight yet.
So we have to use the video to clear these?
Do you use what?
Do you have to write it off the videos? The videos?
Oh, you can just watch the video, and then when you get to the screen, just say, okay, resentment. Okay, I don't have that one. Unforgiveness, I don't get that one. Sorrow, okay, I got to clear that one. But you don't need to go through all of your other charts because I've already charted it for you. So that's what this is. I've already put all the stuff on the chart that needs to be clear. So you don't have to go back to your tools and go to emotions. Is emotional thought forms in here? No, because it's not, right? So I've already charted it out.
Okay.
It's in, you mean, is it the chart would be back where you had the clearing statement? Is that the chart that you're talking about? That's the chart there?
Well,
or all these.
This is, yeah. So this actually, even though I don't have it as a intention, it's actually the right permission and ability to bring light and your spirit into your body, blah, 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 into your feet and your toes. And optimally having, you know, 100% of my spirit into my body at all times, letting go of dark energies, suppression, domination, and control. Blah, you know, that's the intention, right? So then what's blocking it? Well, resentment, unforgiveness, sorrow, bitterness, blah, blah, right? And so far, these are the emotions that could possibly be blocking it. So I didn't write it all out, but you can, and add whatever you want or think that should go in here for you.
So this is
a one time
for this. Okay. But this is a separate chart then for the clearing for the muscle testing. That's a different chart, right? So they're different. All these screens are different charts for different intentions that we're looking at today. Okay.
Exactly right. So I've got a bunch of them going here. And this one, you want to have a light body. You want your body into that higher frequency. So when you come up the scale of frequency, your body gets lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. So the lower your frequency, the more dense, harder, sicker, right? So that's why you want your body lighter. Your physical body is healthier, your emotions are healthier, your mental, your mind is clearer, everything just gets better and healthier when you're lighter. So that's why what could possibly be preventing me from being lighter instead of denser, you know, that's what we're going for here. So emotions are one, and let's just check, come on.
Body. Also, we want to clear all the different low vibe entity attachments, interference, and also the anchors that they lead. So activating removal of dark energies dominating the body. You can use a little chopping. We both have a little chopping movement here. Actually does tap into the quantum and releases a lot of this dark stuff. So and lightening up the body's cells and the auric field and the ability to maintain light. So a light of cell activation information. So you can do some pumping.
That's the
motion
basic
with your hand
swirl,
here,
but
which
you could
will
use both
demonstrate.
hands when it says double.
And, that will help with lightening up the body cells. and
Similar to the
heals, and
karate
we'll
thing,
muscle
but
test
it's
to make sure that it does.
it's not.
You want to attune your DNA for higher resonance. Now here, we are looking to have the ability to remove all DNA information that would be holding your body and being to lower frequencies that are not aligned with joy, and removing the darkness, domination, suppression, and control. So we're going to intentionally be shifting up, moving into the fifth dimension.
And that's the shooting dice.
We're identifying
It says
now
platter, but really
anything
it's
in your DNA
just shooting.
that would be preventing that. Very good. Let's.
Okay. All right. So some of that I'm going to be doing for you so that you don't have to get stuck in like, oh my gosh, there's just too much here to go on to the other stuff at the beginning. You know, it could take you a while to complete the clearings. So I'm going to be working these clearings for you. But do intend that you are doing these clearings yourself. Okay. So at least, you know, intend that you're working in there and get them started and so forth yourself. And then I will also be helping you out. Okay. So, because we want everybody's frequency to be at this certain level, like I was saying earlier. So I want to make sure everyone gets there. So like by tomorrow, I'll check you again and we'll see if we're 100% complete there. So don't know if anyone needs to take a break at this point. I think I do. I've had some kombucha a little bit ago. So if we wanted to take just maybe a 5-minute or something right now would be good. Okay. Let's do that and come back.
Right. What is that in the background?
Okay. Here we are. All right. We've got some ants coming into the house. So I'm looking at ants. Okay, so if we want next. Okay, we all back pretty much. Let's get started with this last segment here, and we should move fairly quickly through this one and wind up then in about the top of the hour. So let's just get started in this. And
Finding fulfillment, passion, and purpose. Transformative healing and training with Marlene Allen. Training module number 6, your mental body power. This level stores everything you experience and everything you do not experience here. Multiple realities exist at the same time. It's the you that exists outside of time. This you experiences and learns things that your conscious mind does not pick up on. The mental body stays aware and records everything without emotion, without discernment. It is your I am that discerns. When it discerns, it's in combination with the emotions, then fear creeps in and makes you irrational. So in this mental power, you are just data. It's the layer of self that the higher self programs. In this level, we have the divine mind, which is all the information from all our past lives that our higher self wants us to have stored away. Here, we also have our soul plan, our archetype, our astrology sign, our gender, our nationality. It is the blueprint of us when we, for this life. So by placing your awareness in this room will allow you to pull from it information from lives past, present, and future. This is intuition in a 3D duality reality. We tap in here to our psychic abilities and choose which ones you want to develop. The vibration here is higher than that in the physical room, so you can use your senses in a heightened way. This used to be accessed as the higher self because we were aware of anything past the first grade. You weren't aware. So this is a terrific place to start, though, before we tap into the creator self. So this place is always on, always paying attention and recording everything. So sometimes our higher self will have a layer of us. For example, the mental layer appears as someone we will listen to, such as Jesus, if that resonates with us, or another teacher, for example, to get our attention. Our soul programs lessons or accomplishments in our process into this layer of ourselves. So with the Earth's energy just whipping past here and towards 5D, many are skipping over this part because we haven't learned to bring our conscious awareness past this level. It is outdated and hasn't caught up to the 4D awakening that the planet experienced. So let's go in and update your divine blueprint and align it with the divine mind. So let's do an exercise now to update your divine blueprint. Get comfortable and go ahead and say, I am my I am. I am now in my glass elevator. So say 0 and see your 0 light cord run up your spine from above and out the bottom of your glass elevator. So say light cylinder and drop it down from above through your body and out the floor of the elevator. A bright bubble of white light drops down into your elevator, into your crown, and into your solar plexus. Breathe it in and out. Expanding the bubble out as far as it wants to go. See yourself in the reflection of the glass elevator and say, I am now my divine blueprint. Show me what I look like. Now look. And what do you see? Go to the outer bounds here and be very imaginative. Now say, I am my I am. I command my creator self and source to update my divine mind blueprint now. From above, see a large bubble of energy drop into your glass elevator, igniting you with light. See how your image changes. And if you don't, change, then you didn't require an update here. Next, say 0 and go back to your body and open your eyes. You just now updated your blueprint. Now let's do an activation. Activate the divine mind and decalcify the pineal gland. So go ahead and ground yourself alone in your orb of power and align with the 0 light cord in your heart space. And say, I am my I am. Bring your awareness into the center of your brain, pineal gland, to connect with your soul's genius. And we'll dissolve the calcium. See an orb of energy in the center of your brain and say, take me into the center of my soul's intelligence in the pineal gland. See yourself there. Allow the orb of energy to drop down into your head, your throat, your chest, your spine, through the bottom of your tailbone, and out into the earth, where it heals everything in beautiful, colorful energies, aqua, silver, and gold, from where you were created. These surround you, heal you, and create another orb of light around you. You're completely enveloped in these beautiful energies of love, joy, peace, and loyalty to yourself and others, so you rise up naturally. Your ball goes back the same way it came up from the earth. Closer to your body, you come up through the floor, and these beautiful energies start to feel your toes, feet, ankles, shins, knees, thighs, hips, torso, chest, arms, fingers, shoulders, and releasing the weight you carry for yourself and others there. Releasing and sending it into the earth. Then comes back into your neck and head, allowing it to fill in your brain completely. This brings the orb of energy that is you back to the center of your brain, in your pineal. Say yes. Release all fears about activating your intuition and activating a connection. Release all fears that you may be harmed or hurt if you are intuitive and able to connect with things that other people cannot. Your connection with your divine mind stays with you all day, blocking frequencies or opening yourself to them.
Okay, so for the pineal gland, it said decalcification. I got that there was 6% calcification as a group. Calcification of the pineal gland. Now, calcium can envelope the whole pineal gland, cutting people off from their connection. Calcium of the calcified pineal gland comes from fluoride, mostly fluoride and chlorine. So make sure the toothpaste you're using does not have fluoride. No matter what your dentist says, the dentist is only telling you what they read out of their textbook from the American Dental Association or wherever they get their information. But it is not intended for our highest and best purposes. I explain to the dentist every single time we bring our son there, he is to have no fluoride. One time they did it anyway, and I was just really mad. But fluoride, you just do Google it. It's not good for us. It calcifies things. It cuts us off. And that's the whole thing. It's the pineal. Okay, so the pineal is our connection to all, right? So if we're cut off from our connection to all, we're not as powerful as humans as we could be, or as we are intended to be. And that's probably part of the agenda, the dark agenda that I don't want to get into right now, but there is that where if we're cut off, then the powers that be can continue to be and control us, right? So so to stay away from control, domination, suppression, all those things, and to remain sovereign, we want to protect our pineal gland all the time. Be very, very vigilant about your connection. So instead of toothpaste with fluoride in it, you're going to look for, well, there's toothpaste without fluoride, obviously too. But one thing that we do is we use coconut oil, organic coconut oil, and then baking soda, and you mix it up until it's into a paste. You can also put in some drops of, well, peppermint, or wintergreen actually is good for bone. Wintergreen is good for bone. So that might be some drops. Therapeutic.
There's a good one called Dr. Bronner's, Bronners. On Amazon, they sell like peppermint and cinnamon and like 3 big toothpaste tubes for, I think it's like $19, but if they're, they're large size, they really taste good too.
Oh, Dr. Bonner?
Well, yeah, Bonner or Bron, yeah, right.
Bonner, yeah. And they make soap too. Yeah, Dr. Bonner soap with peppermint, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Ariel?
I've tried, toothpaste without fluoride, but I had to go back to fluoride because I was getting problems with my teeth.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah. So that's my experience with toothpaste without fluoride.
Well, what kind of problems? Do you mean cavities or?
What's it called when you get bacteria starts
The
to.
gums. Okay, the gums. All right. So why don't you do a clearing around that and see what's causing it, because it may be something else. Okay. So yeah, I would do whatever it is. So the right permission and ability to enjoy 100% optimal dental health, and add in whatever you want. And then what could possibly be blocking that? Right. So then come up with, and I bet you there are a lot of things that you're going to come up with in the, well, I don't know about emotion so much and so forth, but when we get to the amplification chart tomorrow, curses, different things like that, dark energies, and there can, so mostly dark energies is what you're going to find on there. And so why would our teeth be giving out when others, like in the Bible, they say they live 800 years old, 800. Back in Lemuria, we lived for, at least 800, 900 years, right? So why is it that our teeth would be giving out at age 10 or 20 or whatever, right? This just doesn't seem logical to me. There's some stop here. There's a stop that was put on humans. Well, number one, so that they don't live to be 800 anymore. But number two, well, we can't even get to age 80 without our teeth going bad, so there's a problem. There's something, dark energies or interference around dental. So you may want to do the full clearing around that first, and then see if it really is the fluoride or not.
Okay, I will do that.
Yeah, because it really is damaging. It's very, very damaging. And not just for the pineal, but for the body in general. It's not good. It's a neurotoxin. And it can, cause cancer, or, all kinds of serious issues. Same with chlorine. Now, I know that's what they use in swimming pools and so forth. But now, like, for example, hot tub, we have a hot tub that instead of using chemicals in it, we've got this chemical free, it's enzymes, it's a water treatment. So we use that in the hot tub, and it's so much better. Oh my gosh, you come out silky nice, and so I don't do much swimming in swimming pools, even though I'm in Arizona. We don't have a pool in our yard, but we do have the hot tub, and we keep it non-chemicals, and the water stays in there. Like, you could open the lid and 4 or 5 months later, it'd still be nice, not green water at all. So, and it's just simple, natural enzyme stuff. So ask me about what I use, but if you have a hot tub, but just know that that stuff soaks into your skin, in through your skin, and messes with the, and so all the stuff that they're cleaning now at all the stores and all the different places to let you into the stores. I went into a store last night, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's just stunk in there. And it wasn't even Clorox or chlorine. It was like, chemical cleaners that they were using. And it was like, oh man, this is not going to be fun. Coming back into these places, so maybe I need a mask just to not to smell that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just be very aware that your connection can be messed up with chemicals. And if that's a dark agenda, well, maybe it is, but we don't have to buy into it or go with what they tell us to do. So that is sacred ground here, sacred. So anyway, so I got 6% was calcified for everyone as a group. And now we're down to 0. So I just did the decalcification.
And my husband is an advanced dentist, and you actually don't need toothpaste. It increases the brushing experience, but we haven't used toothpaste in probably 40 years. So.
That sounds funny if you tell, I haven't used toothpaste before. So what does he recommend, Christine?
You just use your toothbrush. You don't need toothpaste.
Oh.
Toothbrushing does it just a fine job. That just enhances the, getting old tastes out of your mouth, but you don't need that at all.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I like that. I like the coconut oil because it is antibacterial. So, you know, if you're, before you go to bed or whatever, it's good to, I think, to have something like that on it. But I like that. I appreciate that comment, Christine, because that does reinforce what I was thinking about. Now, there's a woman that I have her book here, Renegade Beauty, and it is by Nadine Artemis, and she is the author of Holistic Dental Care. And actually, I was out at her facility in California a year and a half ago, and she is the she uses essential oils, you know, for dental, but she does the same thing. It's more of this scraping of the tongue and the that little pick thing, the little rubber pick thing, and just different things like that that you can take care of your own teeth and keep them. And she tells us, and actually she's the reason that I haven't washed my face in 2 years. Same with like not brushing your teeth. I don't wash my face in 2 years because she talks about the microbiome of the skin. It should be a moist envelope is what she calls it. Your skin should be a moist envelope. But what happens when you're using these cleansers and scrubbers and all over, you're taking the moisture now and that biome, you're breaking it down off the face, and now you're opening it up to bacterias and whatever else. So she says, and this is what I've been doing, is using, well, I use jojoba oil. It's real light. It's for the skin, the body, and whatever. And so I just put it on a little cotton ball, and it gets all the dirt. All the dirt comes off. And then I use, also, she's got other products on her website. What is her website? Livinglibations.com. You can go, yeah, livinglibations.com. And she's got some oils she blends. And she's got this rose serum, and I actually make it myself now because I have a dealer here with essential oils, and she blends them all herself organically, therapeutic grade. And so I've got the rose oil, and I put it all in there with jojoba oil and the sea buckthorn oil. It's real healing and soothing and so forth. So I put that on, and it's just beautiful. It just feels good. Your skin is just moist and soft, and it's never felt this good before. I wish I would have been doing it way before 2 years ago. But I just noticed a natural light comes off the skin, and it's, I guess, the way it's supposed to be. So, so anyway, I thought I'd share her. I think she's got some great information spot on about natural beauty. Yeah, reveal and revive your natural radiance. So I like that.
I'll just throw in there, just not that you need my 2 cents, but, and it's not about the face. I don't do anything, but I mean, I'm not good about that.
You don't brush your teeth or wash your face either,
no,
right?
I do brush my teeth, but I have a lot of teeth issues. A lot of my health issues came from they put like crowns, you know, amalgams on my teeth when I was four, like not even permanent teeth. So anyway, the rest has just been a story. So I'm just trying to deal with all the mercury I've had in there for so long, but I have a lot of restorations that are in process now. But I wanted to say that I've had so many different infections in my mouth and stuff, and I use coconut oil pulling. Like you can do it with sesame oil, but if you have any pain, it's very helpful. And it really is, I mean, since you like to brush with it, and you know, people can think about that. That's a nice thing to do, whether it's recommended for full teeth care, maybe you still need to brush, but I usually do a 20-minute rinse with oil pulling, you know, put like a tablespoon in your mouth, swish it around, and then afterwards rinse it with a little warm salt water. So you get the residue out. You don't want that to stay in there. But I'm gonna go to giving up toothpaste then, you know, so yeah.
Can I suggest something, Tracy?
Yeah.
Well, I was given this from a medical medium. The name is Apex water. Look it up, APEX. It is guaranteed to clean the teeth, and if you have any, you got to do the same thing. You got to do 3 things with it. You can even talk to the lady. Her name is Victoria. I had a bad tooth, and it was killing me. And 3 days, after 3 days, the pain was gone. But I've had a lot of problems too with what you had. Check it out online, Apex.
Okay, thank you, Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of that. That's interesting.
Oh,
Okay,
it's wonderful, wonderful.
thank you.
A whole teeth forum.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, there's certain things with each tooth, right? There's,
Yeah.
yeah, different clearings. Like, you can go to each tooth. There's a chart. I've got a big chart somewhere about what each tooth means, but you can probably find that out.
The meridians and stuff. Yeah, mine are all a mess. But if you have anything that helps to straighten the teeth naturally, like they removed one and now this one's kind of going askew, and you know, I'm just not ready to look crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, bone is one of the quicker things to heal.
Okay.
Quantum. So, so I don't see why teeth can't be in the same category. Now, I haven't done a protocol on dental yet because I've been working with women and hormones and glands and so forth, but I want to. So that's one of the things though, and you can do this yourself. So so see the bones. I'll just share this with you now. See bones like tree roots. Okay, so if they're all, you know, if you can see a whole bunch of light through the tree roots, just see them growing together. Just see that bone coming together. And like if you have a broken bone, for example, and then just see the tree roots all coming, you know, as a solid and a whole, right? So that's one way you see and heal bones with quantum.
While doing one of the movements?
Yeah, exactly. So you're sending the gold God healing energy into the bone and seeing that happen. You're seeing the, you know, it becoming solid.
Yeah.
So how would you straighten the tooth? Well, still considering, you know, you're sending the energy in there. So I imagine you could just see it shifting in the socket in the where it is, and just continue seeing it for yourself, I guess, you know, and just say, okay, so by the next day, if you do a clearing, and then just the next day, just say, okay, so has my tooth straightened at all? If I get yes, 1%, 2% through, okay, well then just continue and see if that works for you. I'd be real interested to know.
Yeah, I would have to do a clearing for. I'm sure I've had so many dental experiences, so since early childhood, so I'm sure I have a lot of interferences or whatever, dark energies there. So I have to put that together, clear it, and then do the initial clearing first, what it is that you want. You want to enjoy 100% optimal dental health, straight teeth, in line, you know, whatever it is that you want. And then what could possibly be blocking that for me? Go through all the charts, chart it out, clear it all, and then on the physical level, then start seeing the tooth straightening, or start seeing the tooth fill in. If you're getting cavities, you know, maybe there's some porous, you know, where you want the enamel to be not letting anything through. Maybe you can see the enamel now becoming hardened, filling in, and just having that barrier of protection around your tooth. Maybe see that come back. So that would be great. I like that. Yeah, because I have like temporaries for 2 years here, because when they did these two teeth together, I got extremely sick. When they took the amalgam out and the crown off, I was sick for 2 years with like my autoimmune stuff flared up, and I haven't gotten back to it. So I know that there's like infection in the bone there, and then up here they removed the tooth because it was infected. And then, I mean, I've got other, so maybe I can do all of them together. I can work on the bone and the enamel and the straightening. Like,
yeah,
I can put that all in one clearing statement.
Yes, in one clearing statement. Yep, clear all of it, and then move into the physical and seeing it move, or seeing it shift, seeing it harden.
Okay.
Together. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to work on that.
I can also tell you, which I forgot, is that the Apex water, I had a bone infection from the tooth, and that cleared it up. 3 days.
Excellent. Good.
A bone infection.
Okay.
Yeah, and that, I didn't know what it was. I had, I, if I didn't talk to this friend of mine, he told me it was a bone infection. He said, get the Apex water and do the explanation on there. You have to hold it in your mouth, then you have to take a nebulizer and nebulize it, and then you have to put some in water. Within 3 days, the infection was gone.
Amazing. Good.
Yeah,
I have
Good,
to check
good
that
to
out.
know. So
Yeah.
fun to have resources.
yeah, you need to talk to the people. She'll tell you too, the lady that runs, that's all they sell is the Apex water. And there's videos on it too.
Okay. Oh, cool. Very
But
good.
bones in general is a good topic too, because,
Mhm.
you know, but I'll let you move on from here.
Yeah, but you've got the protocol now on bones, right? So,
Yeah.
so
Can I add that into the same, like while you're working on all your dental, can you just add in bones all over the body and see them like strengthening like that too? Or, you know,
Yeah.
like for women over a certain age, right? So like we want to have strong bones, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. Yep. Yeah. Do the full clearing on that. So like if your hips or knees or something, so maybe there's, because knees, like that's support, right? So, you know, so is shoulders. Like if you've got all the world of responsibility on your shoulders, then you drop to your knees, right? So that's the support. Not getting support in my life, right? So there's something around that too that is got to be cleared.
Emotions, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, emotions and maybe perceptions and so forth. Yeah. So do the initial clearing on that, like my knees or my hips. Individual, I would say.
Okay.
They kind of mean different things. I mean, if you're doing shoulders and knees, that's support. But if you're getting hips, now you got anger or something else going on. So, yeah, so do each one on a separate clearing and then see them becoming stronger. The hip socket in the joint and so forth. See that becoming, yeah, more solid, and ask for in the clearing, ask for pain-free, you know, letting go of pain, letting go of stiffness, weakness, dark energies, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah, very good. So let's see, we've got a little bit to go here, but I think I'm going to just send you the video for this instead and let you do this, grounding the divine mind into the body. There's some good exercises in here. Depends all levels of yourself. Okay. It goes nearly to the end. What do I say here?
The body has wisdom and data and truth, but it's within the confines of your mind's interpretation. And it really doesn't know it all. It's skewed by the subconscious and interpretation and perception.
Okay, so that was more about the divine mind and getting the mind and the body connected. So that's important, but we'll let you do that one yourself there. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing here and we'll come back. And I guess we only have like maybe 10 minutes left. So I'll send you the recordings from today as soon as I get them rendered, and then you should be getting an email with the links for tomorrow. There will be a session 1 link again and a session 2 link again. And
Any more literature?
excuse me?
Any more packets or literature?
Yeah, so I'm going to send you the homework. So module 2, it's journaling and doing the grounding meditation if you didn't do it. Module 3, the muscle testing chart. And then module 4, the negative emotions chart. Module 5.
We have negative emotions.
Yeah, that there was 4 columns of negative emotions on one page, and then yeah, on the other page. So there's quite a bit here. You may not be able to get it all done today, but you know, but know that this is something that you should complete. And then module 5, the blocks for body ownership. That chart there, although like I said, I'm going to be working on that for you. so the stuff in module 5 around body ownership, the light body, getting the body lighter, less dense, so that we can increase the frequency. I'm going to be doing that. And let's see. And then this module here that we just covered, getting messages from your divine mind and grounding it into the body. So you can do those. And then along with the replays and the links for tomorrow, that's what I'll be sending in your email. And then so tomorrow for day 2, we're going to be working on the energy body. So this is going to be the energy centers, which are the chakras, the aura layers, the life force. Your frequency of vibration is part of that. And so getting everything in tune, right? So you will definitely notice a difference. Your clients will notice a difference when we work in the energy field. So while an emotion may be required to release, maybe sometimes they're not going to feel it right away, right? Like, okay, so you cleared, you know, abandonment. Great. You know, they may not feel that until down the road, they realize I'm not feeling that anymore. But when is it, you know, but more immediate action can happen, more of something that they're going to feel right away when you work in their energy field. So they're going to definitely feel, most people will, their energy shift when we work in the energy bodies. So this is something that you can work in to do like a vitality, clear their, you know, for person's vitality. And then reading the field and intuition, we're going to go in there. And then we're going to go into, also in the field energy realm, we're going to do energetic interferences. So this is the attachments, entities, and so forth. So we're going to clear entities tomorrow and dark energies. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and then you'll get the charts around that. So yeah, so we've got 2 full days of packed stuff, and then we're going to have the weekend, so you can just kind of integrate all this stuff, and then come back for day 3, where we're going to wrap it all together, and then go into also then how you can do this as a business, and working with clients and so forth. So yeah, so that's where we're at right now. A lot to absorb, but and just know that you don't need to remember everything. You don't need to memorize it. You've got the videos. You can come back at any time and check it out. So is there any comments or questions right now, or any observations, anything that?
What if we work on someone and we ask you to like check it for us, or you know, and see how we did or whatever?
Yes, yeah. Yes, and I'm gonna want you to do some case studies. So so not just yourself. That's great. You can practice on yourself, but do a case study on someone else, because it's gonna be, you're gonna be more or you know, objective. When you're working with someone else, it's not the same as like, oh my God, I have an agenda with me. I cannot possibly have those problems. You know? So, but the other person, it doesn't matter, you know. So I'm going to get more accurate, probably responses at the beginning anyway, if I'm working with someone else. Because if it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's a no. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter to me in particular if that's an issue or not. It's going to probably be real straightforward. So work with a family member, friend, something like that. And then that will give you practice, and then you're going to chart it out for them. So what it is that's blocking that desired thing from occurring, then chart it all out. And then you can turn that in, and I'll go over it and just see if you're missing something, and where you're at with it. Just say, I'm about 80% complete in clearing this. Is that what you're getting to? Can you check this? So yeah, I'm going to ask for case studies. And then we're going to be meeting for 3 different months afterwards here too. So on each monthly meeting, come with a case study or 2 or whatever you have going on. And you know, you could come with something. I started this dental program for myself. Tracy could maybe bring that with, you know, I started this for myself, but then I also have a case study on a family member or friend. I'm working on their issue, whatever that happens to be, or a parent or somebody. Sometimes though, some things can get a little emotional, like if you're your mother, you know, so working on a mom, you know, sometimes you could be bringing in your own stuff, you know, so although it's wonderful, and I do, you know, expect that you would work on your parents too and so forth, but maybe for objective, you know, case studies, maybe just somebody not so related to you, like a friend or something, that it's going to just be a little bit less emotional or whatever. So, so any other questions?
I have just a little technical question, because I couldn't really see. I never used this one before, and I always thought it was sort of like this, where you just push down, it either goes, but you have it, yeah, I just wanted to see it closer up. So you go like on the side of it, right? I see, so it either sticks or it just, see, to me, I'm still sticking my finger out. You kind of look, it looks comfortable, so I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm probably the lazy method of this.
I like the lazy method, yeah. I want to get lazier, because it seems like if it's easier, then
Yeah.
it's not going to get tiring, and yeah.
Right, if you're doing this, like, ouch, you know, that can hurt after a while. I just want this, I don't want to be pulling muscles or tendons or anything.
This feels like hard, and I never used that before. So you've got the fingers curled, and you're kind of like,
kind of curled, yeah, it's just kind of curled. So it's
kind of just almost like reverse snapping, like you snap like that, but it's kind of like snapping from the top down.
yeah, that's my no. But if it doesn't snap, it's my yes.
Okay.
Doesn't snap, but if it snaps, then it's my no. It let go. It just wouldn't hold.
Yeah. My fingers don't feel like they know that. I'll try that.
It's a new language, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's muscle memory. So once you get it, it's memorized in the muscle.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I can just, okay, I get no. That's right. I'm getting no, you know. I can test my knowing then with this at the same time.
Yeah.
So if I can't use my hands, I'm doing something else at the moment, I'm getting no. I'm getting no. Okay. But then I can check later on. Yeah, that's correct. It was no, you know.
I realized I have another question when you said, oh, you can check and see, oh, I'm like 80% cleared. Like how long, once you make the chart, how long might you expect for it to take to clear a chart? Like, is it?
It all depends on the person, plus what the severity of the issues are. They could have a long chart compared to somebody who has just a small chart, right? So, and there's some things that can take longer, like bloodline typically has shown to take almost the most amount of time to clear, because there can be a lot of stuff in bloodline. And then soul contracts, because like I said, there could be like millions. 100 lifetimes of stuff that you brought, you know, agreed to somewhere along the line. So yeah, bloodline, soul contracts, and we're going to get into those tomorrow with the amplification chart. So,
Okay.
but you'll know like, why is this one taking so long? Oh, it's bloodline. Okay. I guess that was one that, but at the same time, I'm not going to put that out there that one is, I don't like to say that, because what if I can clear it like that? What if? I'm not going to say I can't, you know? So I'm just saying what I have noticed in the past is that has taken longer than some of the others. But not saying that can't be improved, and maybe one of you knows how to just, boom, it's gone, you know? And asking higher self a lot of times will do it. Like,
What if you set your intention to you know, that it's not taking so much time, you know, minimal amount of time.
That's right. Yeah. And that's what I did originally with the stuff that I learned too, so I could speed it up. Yeah, exactly. Very good. And do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I would do that. Now it's finally getting dark there a little bit more.
It's a little bit. It's not completely dark.
No, it's dusk. I love it.
Yeah.
Anything else? Any other comments, questions? If you come up with something, just note it and then bring it up tomorrow. We'll have a review in the morning or in the first session, and covered the questions that you might have come up with from any of the charts or what you're doing with the clearings. And yeah, so we'll just pick it back up then tomorrow, Friday. Okay, well, it's my pleasure. This has been fun. I know it's a lot to just kind of, so you're just going, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. Just let it just kind of just come in, just let it integrate, just kind of, you know, stew it, stir it, you know, just let it kind of be, simmer and simmer and simmer, and it will eventually all come to you. I'm just packing a lot in all at one time, and so that's why it might feel a little overwhelming, but you've got the tools, and as we go, it's going to become clearer and clearer to you too. So by day 3, you'll be able to kind of pick this more up a lot more than you would have today. So that's my intention for you anyway. And I'm going to continue working on your frequency and your light body, okay, overnight. So we'll see you then tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Okay, look for the emails. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Colleen. Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.